Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to day 40 of journaling my journey to becoming profitable and the best version of myself. As you guys can see, based off the title of this video, today was very, very unfortunate. There was a lot to be learned, a lot to take away from this day, and I just ended up getting reminded and I ended up making the same mistake that I've made so many times in the past, and it's just unfortunate that I ended up making it again. But hopefully we could just learn from this. Uh, Probably needed this reminder, and hopefully go into the future with just acknowledge wisdom and knowledge. But as bad as today's title is titled, today could have been a lot worse than it did, and I would just like to go over what ended up happening. So going into the session, I was actually bullish. Um, and there was a decent setup presenting itself. Well, no, I was bearish up because I thought price could have just wanted to come down to these lows, into this 4 hour unfilled gap, and into this 1 hour low and these lows. But price ended up just coming down. I was expecting a liquidity sweep right here, but it's unfortunate that we didn't end up sweeping these lows. And ES also left relative equal lows. But on the 1 minute, we had a pretty good setup. We ended up inversing this gap, leaving a bullish for value gap coming down, tapping into it, and this would have been a good place to enter my trade. Could have put stops below these lows, which would have been a little risky. I could have put stops here and then put my take profit here for a one-on-one risk to reward. This would have been a good trade to take, but I ended up fading it, missing out, which I was fine, but I should have just kept it that way. I shouldn't have taken anything else. But then we ended up ripping higher and higher, and then we left this bullish gap, and then I was hoping that we could come down. Actually, there was literally another entry right here. We could have come down here, and then could have entered here. But thing is, this was a high, or not the high. We were inside of a 5 minute bullish gap. 5 minute bearish gap that we did not end up inversing. So that's why I didn't take this trade. And then we had this bullish gap, but we never tapped into it. And when they were ripping up, and I got FOMO, and I thought we are just gonna tap out this high. I would have got my winning day, and I would have got off the charts. But price just ended up going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And honestly, guys, I was down like a lot. I was down like $700, and I was scared. I was anxious. I was literally on the verge of blowing this account, and that would have been really horrible for me, and that would have been a horrible, horrible day, and I would have just been in so much regret. But thank God today wasn't as bad as me blowing my account. Then we also left this bullish gap. I thought that we could do something from it, but then we ended up leaving the 15-minute candle close here, and we ended up leaving this 15-minute gap, and then price started moving lower, and I was scared that we are going to come down into this gap, because if we were to come down into this gap, I would have blown my funded account. So I just ended up closing the trade manually. But then, as I deserve, of course, we ended up ripping up high, and today could have been a crazy day for me if I held this, but I did not want to risk losing my funded account over a stupid decision and a stupid day. I decided to up my risk because I had a balance of $1,000, and I built it up to that. So I thought it would be okay. But today I risked way more than I should have. And I just got bit in the ass for it. You should never enter you should never enter a trade just purely off what you think is going to happen. You got to let market develop and actually show you an entry point for you to take a trade. So, nothing new for me to learn. I've learned this lesson so many times, but you're going to keep learning the same lesson until you learn it. And risk management is so important. Yes, I've been up 3 days in a row, but I ended up blowing and losing all the profits in literally one singular day because of greed, possibly because of impatience. Even though I was patient, I ended up fading 2 trades because I wasn't. I don't know. I just, there was little things in the way that didn't persuade me into taking it, but I ended up taking this stupid entry just purely off FOMO, and it was just a stupid decision, and I truly do regret it so much. And it's truly just so unfortunate, and I'm upset with myself and how today ended up going. Uh, definitely could have capitalized on today, but I just ended up making a really stupid decision and not proud of it. But it's God's plan, and trusting God for what He has planned for me in the future. And speaking of that, let's go over Corinthians chapter 11. It says, "Have God with you in all aspects of life and in everything that you do." So, I have God in trading. I have God with me when I'm trading. I have God with me in the gym. I have God with me in my mental. I have God with me in all aspects of my life, and definitely does help. And have someone to trust in, and that everything will work out and everything will be okay. Corinthians chapter 12 says, "The Spirit of God is in all of us, and He empowers us to accomplish any feat. God also created each and every one of us in a unique way and with a purpose." So I do believe every single one of us is unique, and every single one of us has a purpose. And if trading is something that God has put into your vision and into your mind, pursue it. Pursue it because He put it into your mind for a reason. And He put it into your mind for a reason. And don't give up on that dream, because He put it in your mind for a reason. He knows that you can accomplish what you are trying to accomplish. And it's just, trading is not for everyone. And if you do see a future with it and you do want to pursue it and you're passionate about it, go for it, because why not? You have one life, and trading can do so much for you. And yeah, truly just pursue it relentlessly, because God has put that vision into your head for a reason. Man, today is really unfortunate. I am truly upset with myself. Today could have been a great day, but I ended up just fucking it up. But you're going to keep learning a lesson over and over and over again until you learn it. So today definitely was one of those days. I definitely learned my lesson. Even though I've learned this lesson so many times beforehand, I know not to over risk. I should have just kept it the same, and I would have been a little lost, which I could have easily come back with. But $500, that's half of my trading account. So it could be a little difficult and scary, but hopefully we figure this out and we come out of this. Man, this sucks, but I definitely deserve it. This is so stupid. But I'm trying to be 100% transparent with you guys, when I lose, when I win. So that's how today ended up going. It's really super unfortunate, but we learn and we move on. But anyways, that was day 40. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment for some critiques, but I'll catch you guys in the next one.